Slide now. Hello, Amanda and Sarah. Thank you for joining me in this meeting today. Our goal for this meeting is to define drip and dry's problem and to come up with a solution. Our agenda is a description of the problem-solving process we will use to address drip and dry problem, an explanation of drip and dry's problem, an explanation of the factors contributing to the problem, a description of the potential solutions to the problem, and then we'll write a memo with our final decision for a solution.
Great.
After reviewing all the approaches, options, what do you guys think is the best approach for us to use?
I think the prescriptive approach is the best approach after looking at all the options, because it seems like it aligns with what we're trying to do, since that approach is getting a specific agenda and techniques to improve solving a problem.
And I agree with you. What do you think, Sarah?
I absolutely agree. I think it's out of all the different approaches that we were presented with, I feel like this one kind of falls a little bit more into the realm of what we're trying to accomplish, and the goal that we're trying to reach. So I am on board with using this approach.
Great. All right, so now we are going to define the problem.
All right.
What do you guys think is the problem with this with drip and dry?
The question is, what isn't the problem? I mean, just looking at everything, it's a disaster. I feel like as a company, I get the concepts, but I feel like it's very undermanaged, and more so during those peak hours that they explain, where it's just completely at capacity. There's no sitting room, there's no parking. The line is ridiculous. So it just shows that they're understaffed. The fact that there's no parking, yet you have people coming in and they're purchasing one beverage, but they're utilizing the spaces for hours at a time, it takes away from the people coming in that possibly would like to have, time to sit down, relax, enjoy. It pushes them to kind of look elsewhere. The fact that people who are doing their laundry and they're just leaving it to sit there and they're not going back to getting it, I feel like that takes away as well, because then that's taking away the equipment available for other people. So all around the board, I think it's just completely mismanaged. And it doesn't seem like they really have a lot of space to facilitate the amount of demand they've acquired.
After I reviewed their problem list, the notes that I have are that they have 2 high peaks during the day where they reach the building capacity, and that due to the high capacity issues, it causes a lack of available parking.
Yes.
One moment.
What's difficult to know is if these times where the business is so busy, it's because of people that come to use the free internet,
right,
to do their business, or because I can't say it's like lunchtime and people come to just eat, and then from 5 to 8.
I mean,
that's because like they come after work to do the laundry.
Yeah, I feel like people after work are coming
Yeah.
to do laundry, and they don't have the means to facilitate that.
I also said that them offering food, and people tend to be late retrieving their clothes becomes an issue, because them purchasing the food is holding up the machine for other people to use, and that it seems to be turning into more of a hangout place rather than a calm and quiet environment to just come wash your clothes. And overall, all of that is causing a decrease in revenue and turning their customers away.
I thought about that, and I thought, okay, the solution for that would be hiring more people to make that quick. Like when you go and order something, you go by, you equip your bag to get your laundry out of the machines, and that will solve that. But at the same time, maybe it's not only that they're holding, they're taking too long in line. Maybe that after they get their food, they just go and sit down and forget about that they have laundry to pick up from the machines.
Yeah, or that it's a possibility that the food sometimes, if the line is what the problem is listing, that it's pretty extensive and it's at capacity. It could also be the fact that by the time that they're able to order their food, get their food, and eat their food has been done time, and they just haven't been able to get back to it to kind of either get their clothing or move on to the next phase of getting their laundry done. So that as well kind of is a faulty system that they have on their end, as far as how they have the setup of people being able to purchase food, do their laundry at the same time, and do it within a amount of time where they're able to have that quick turnover.
It's just, even though I feel like they added that stuff as a convenience, I think it's turning more into a problem than a convenience to people. And some of the main factors that I think is contributing to their overall problem is, yes, selling drinks and food to me is a distraction when it comes to the main reason why they're there. I know sometimes it's a convenience to have an option to get food while you're waiting for the cycle to be done, but this causing more of a problem than it benefiting them. And then the offering of free Wi-Fi in addition to the food is turning it into a place where people just want to come to hang out and use the free internet. So someone can come there completely for those two things and not even be wanting to wash clothes, which I think is turning into a problem for the people who are coming there to actually use the main service that they provide.
Well, and that's one of the things that was listed, is that there was somebody that would be sitting in the seating area for up 3 hours and only purchase one drink. So they're coming in, just buying a drink and utilizing the free internet, but that takes away from the availability for people who are actually there to do laundry or purchase food.
Yeah, taking away from the capacity of the place, and most likely taking away from the parking from someone who actually wants to come there to wash clothes.
Right.
And so
now let me tell you something, because I had we had something like that here. We had a very nice it wasn't a restaurant, it was more like coffee, sandwiches, like simple things.
Bistro.
And it had tables, right? So I was watching one of the videos from the resources where they were showing how people will buy a coffee, sit down, set up their computers, and start, like doing whatever business or whatever, and then stay for a long time. This business actually, what they ended up doing was posting like a note saying, you shouldn't be here longer than this time. And I don't know if it worked, but the business went out of business, so it's not there anymore. And yes, I remember a lot of the customers complaining that a lot of people were there on their computers doing, I don't know, maybe it was not business, maybe they were just chatting, but it didn't work. Now, what I'm thinking, if it was my business, do you think that getting rid of the free Wi-Fi will fix all that?
So
And not having tables, just chairs, regular chairs. So you can't come there with your computer and sit down comfortably. You know, like.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea too. The few ideas that I had were, one is, and I don't know if you guys think this would even help, but have buzzers attached to the machines you're using, kind of like, the buzzer you get if you go to a restaurant when your table's ready.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so that it'll let you know when the machine is done.
Yeah, so if you walk away to go get food or get a drink and you kind of lose track of time, you have your buzzer to let you know, okay, your machine's done, so you can go get your clothes so someone else can use the machine. As far as the Wi-Fi, my idea I had was to have a system where you get the password to the Wi-Fi only when you make a purchase to wash your clothes. So that it's not free. So anybody just walking in can't just come there and they don't have the intention of washing clothes. The Wi-Fi service is strictly for the people who are coming there to do laundry as a benefit to them, not just a free benefit to Tom, Dick, and Harry.
Mm-hmm.
So the one thing that I say about that is that will be effective, but I also feel like that could counteract, because unless you're going to change your password, who's to say that you can't come back a different day, being that you know the password and kind of...
It wouldn't be the same. It would be an auto-generated password that you get when you come in.
Okay.
Well, I was thinking about limiting the internet access. I remember going to a hotel in Boston, and it was weird how what they use for the internet was linked to your stay at the hotel, so you get like a password to use. And every time I went to use the computer or my phone, I had to enter it because it was logging me out after a certain time. So maybe like saying, okay, you're coming to do your laundry, you won't be spending more than 2 hours, or let's say an hour and a half. So let's give you access for an hour and a half, and then just log you automatically out. Like.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. After a certain period, the password kind of.
But that still needs.
Imagine that you have to go back to the front desk, or to ask for it. Like, we will know that you've been there for a longer period than normal people. Oh, you would say, okay, no, I can't come back, after an hour and a half and then come back again. They will know that I'm using the internet for something else.
Right. I think as long as that's tied to only getting it if you are actually like paying to wash your clothes, then it shouldn't be an issue.
All right. So I have one that I think we're gonna cross out, which was enlarging the establishment and hiring more people. I don't think they have enough money for that, right?
Yeah, no.
So I definitely said one of my solutions were, of course, maybe having a little bit more staff during those peak hours, utilizing them a little bit more. And then I would definitely set in a rule that kind of stated that laundry could not be unattended for a certain period of time. So I think those kind of would coincide, especially the laundry aspect, with having a system in place, simpler, like as close to what Amanda said, as far as the buzzer, that will notify you once your laundry is done. That way, to go back and kind of take care of that. And I also think implementing the rule about the Wi-Fi, I feel like that would be very beneficial to the company. And it's also a way to monitor who you have in your establishment for what period of time. that's also maybe at some point going to help you kind of calculate what your revenue income is as far as what your sales are for that day. You're going to see, you know, what you're bringing in a little bit better versus having someone sitting there for 3 hours that purchased a $2 coffee.
And they're not even washing clothes.
And not even utilizing what the purpose of that establishment is for. Exactly.
Right. So once implementing that whole Wi-Fi thing, I think that will help with the capacity issue, because that'll cut back on the people trying to come in there to use Wi-Fi.
Mm-hmm.
I think, I don't know, I kind of agree with the removing the tables, and then I don't, because then that defeats the purpose of being able to get food to sit down and eat it while you're waiting for your clothes to be done, because that's supposed to be a benefit to them. My last idea that I had was to make this a membership, turn this place into some type of membership required place. Not requiring nothing crazy, but if it's a membership required place, because similar to a gym, like you gotta like scan in or swipe your little card to come in. And attached with that membership, it could be a thing similar to like a car wash place where you pay a monthly fee and you get unlimited car washes. We could come up with they could make some type of monthly fee and you get unlimited washing service. But a perk to your membership is free Wi-Fi, but free Wi-Fi to you when you get an auto-generated passcode when you come in. And then the food that's available to you, that's similar to like when you go to Sam's Club or BJ's, they have food in there that you can go get, but you don't tend to see people that don't belong to Sam's Club just walking in there and the whole little mini eatery place is filled.
Right.
Because they have a membership, and there's people at the front door scanning your membership card to come in. So I think if we have something like that, that would like fix their problems.
Yes.
That's a good idea. Just to make sure that we have a picture. Because imagine if I use my membership card and then I give it to you and then somebody else and the whole family will be doing the laundry with just one membership.
Well, and I feel like the main person, kind of like a BJ's card. Like if
it has your picture.
You have a picture on it and you have a certain list of people who can utilize that card. You would have to present ID upon coming in.
And then in that case, there's an upcharge. If you try to add people, you can't just add people and pay this amount and have unlimited washes for your whole family. So there's a family membership that comes with a cost, and there's a individual membership, and that cost would obviously be different. But it would probably be different packages you can get with different costs based on how many members you want to add to your thing.
Right.
And they can do something like review.
Or maybe just a membership with a discount. Let's say that if machine is $5, you get a discount of, like for a lower price.
Well, I feel like
but then that would
something in the membership like unlimited free drying service.
If you do discount, that implies that.
But imagine like unlimited and like you have no control. Like what if I want to bring a bunch of laundry from somebody else? I have unlimited. I can do your laundry. Take it with me.
Right. Okay, so not unlimited. We need to come up with something else. But I don't feel
like it's special, like a lower price. Like let's say, okay, it's like when you get a membership to let's say one of the park rides, right? If you buy a pass, instead of paying, let's say $25, you pay $20. Or like you're paying less because you have
or maybe you can do it where it includes your membership includes one free beverage.
But So the point of me even mentioning a membership is to deter everybody else from coming. So if you make the membership where other people can
But you can only, right. But what I'm saying as far as that aspect goes is doing it. And so where you have to utilize the laundry aspect, but the membership is attached to using the laundry facilities.
She's thinking. So Amanda, we can't propose a membership, but just giving them a lower.
I agree that it shouldn't. After what you said, I agree that unlimited doesn't sound like the best idea. But I'm trying to think of something else we can change it to that's an incentive to be a member, but it's still requiring you to be. Okay, I got it. Membership.
Or maybe you get access to the internet as soon as you start using the machines with your card.
So having a membership, if you come in and you don't have a membership, I'm just trying to think of a way where it's still gonna make it not that interesting.
We can say, Wi-Fi is for members. So if you're not a member, you will not have access, but you can still come and use the machines or buy some food.
Right.
So that means that you come in, and if your plan was to sit down and use the Wi-Fi.
Okay, I got it. Membership, half off or like 25% off of food, free Wi-Fi access. No membership. Oh, and discounted rate on washes, like buy 2 washes, get 1 free or something. Two for 1 deal on using the machines, 25% off of food, and free Wi-Fi. Non-members, no Wi-Fi access, pay full price for food.
Right. Yeah.
Because then for all that, for me, I'd be like, if I'm not coming down to wash my clothes, I might as well just go somewhere else that does offer free Wi-Fi in an actual place that is a restaurant.
Facility.
Not a
right.
laundromat.
Right. No, I agree.
So does that sound better?
Yes.
I
Wi-Fi, and then I have to type that on. So that'll be yours. No Wi-Fi and not any special, right?
Right.
All right. So
do we still want to incorporate the buzzers?
I think that's a great idea. I think that utilizes the technology kind of a little bit more. It'll help. I mean, if I went to a laundromat and I had a buzzer to tell me when my stuff was done, it would just make my life easier.
But if you're in line buying food and, it buzzes you up, you're not going to leave the food line to go get you'll probably say, it'll stay there. Unless you have something that says, if we buzz you out and you don't come, we're going to take your laundry out of the machine.
And that's what the extra workers can be for.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That can be a stipulation of the membership, to know that if 5 minutes, you have a 5-minute grace period after your buzzer goes off. If you don't come get your clothes, one of the workers will remove your clothing and put it in a storage bin for you to come retrieve. And the workers the additional workers should only be for peak times. So if it's not a peak time, you don't necessarily, the 5-minute grace period is not as necessary because you're not holding up as much, but prime time, they're going to be circulating, looking for, like, we could put some type of red light, green light system on top of the machines for the workers to know, give some type of indication that's easy for the workers to have an idea to know, okay, this one's done.
Like a timer, a set timer attached to the lighting to indicate how long it's been complete, so they know. And maybe have like a number system, like obviously like each equipment may be numbered.
I mean, I think if you just have red and green, it turns red once the 5 minutes is up.
Okay, yeah.
So it's green while it's in motion, and okay, it's still green even though it's done, but the buzzer will go off for the person. But the second that it hits 5 minutes and the machine stops, then that's when the machine turns red.
Yeah. I think that's a good way to go about it.
Now, I don't know the business hours for Drip and Dry, but what do you think about 24 hours? Having it open 24 hours. We have a lot of laundromats that are open 24 hours.
I think
convenience, because you know, we have people that work during the day, maybe have during the night, right? And have the day off.
Right.
Yeah, they would have to make sure they have the staff to do that.
It's just you'll have to rotate, and at 9 you will need less staff. Right. Maybe not having the food at that night. Who's gonna be eating in the middle of the night? Oh, the morning.
Right.
But so remember our constraints now. I'm kind of debating whether or not we can afford the staff. I think if we stick to just peak hours with adding more staff, we might be okay, but we only have $38,000 to put towards addressing these problems, and we're going to need a good bit of that if we're putting in installing all this buzzer system and
so the membership, you're going to have to make the cards, maybe create some kind of computer system.
Yeah, having a system to be able to scan the card. I don't feel like that should be the software and the system to scan a card. I don't think that should be too expensive. I think getting all the buzzers, between the buzzers and paying staff extra money for 2 high peaks of the day, I think we should be good with $38,000. I don't think we would go over that.
Yeah, I mean, the software system, usually that's like a monthly thing that they would have to pay. So once they implemented this whole new system, I feel like that would kind of pay for itself eventually.
And then
I have another one that I thought of. What about creating some kind of promotion or special to attract customers during the non-peak times?
Oh, that's a good one.
I think that should be like a buy one get one.
Yeah.
Like buy a wash, get a dry free.
Yes. I concur with that.
All right. So 3. We have to make a list of 3. What do you guys think?
A list of 3.
So I would definitely say the membership.
Okay.
Definitely say the buzzers. And I like the idea of implementing specials during the non-peak hours to attract some of the influx of customers during the non-busy hours to kind of offset a little bit. So maybe it will deter them from coming during those hours, knowing that that's kind of when the rush is, to kind of come during those other hours and they get a little extra benefit included. Those would be my top 3.
Ma'am, what do you think, Amanda?
Definitely membership. So I really part, but see, the thing I don't know is, so when we say 3, that Wi-Fi solution we had is kind of tied to the membership. So can that like be combined as one, do we think? But the Wi-Fi is very important because that's the main, one of the biggest issues as far as capacity is concerned and parking.
I mean, I feel like you shouldn't be able to utilize the Wi-Fi if you don't have a membership and you're not there doing laundry. That's the whole purpose of the establishment. The company is based off of doing laundry and providing convenient food while you wait to do it. So I feel like if you have a membership but you're not there to do laundry, then it shouldn't, you have no access to it.
Okay. And we don't necessarily have to stick to 3 because I see part of our memo we need to write to them just says a description of potential solutions to the problem. So we just need to come up with our final potential solution list, I guess. But those two go hand in hand, so that's kind of one anyway. Create the membership that provides Wi-Fi only to members. And then that's the solution to capacity and parking issues, because that'll cut back on random people coming in there just to use free internet.
Right.
Okay.
And then in the contract that they sign for the membership, it states the stipulations on utilizing the membership, that this is for coming in, doing laundry, enjoying the convenience of having food and drinks provided at a discounted rate, and access to internet Wi-Fi once you initiate the laundry services.
Yeah, and that way we are maintaining what they wanted to keep, because one of the constraints was maintaining comfortable and relaxing atmosphere. So comfortable in that people coming in that might need to do laundry like in the evening after they got off work, they could be able to utilize their time and be able to have dinner while they're waiting for their clothes to be done.
Right.
And for other people who like are still working, they could possibly be getting work done while they're sitting there using the free internet as a member while they're waiting for their clothes. And we're making it more of a relaxing atmosphere because we're cutting back on all the stray people coming in and making it more of a membership atmosphere.
Okay. What about separating the cafeteria from the laundry? No, it'll be the thing, and the parking space will be the same, right?
I don't think that sounds like that would be construction involved.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we have enough money for that.
And depending on where you would move it to, that may hinder the response time that a customer may have accessing their laundry. If they are in, let's say they are in line waiting for the food,
that might create a barrier to the buzzers if you separate it too much.
All right.
So, I mean, I really think it'll be helpful where the prices are jacked up a bit for people who are not customers, who are not members. So someone coming in that's not doing laundry, they're not going to want to pay. It's not going to be flooding with people in there paying higher prices for food.
Right.
And they can't get
Per
Wi-Fi.
people.
Yeah. So I think it should be fine just to leave it open like it is.
Okay.
So do we think we have our list of our solutions for our memo?
I would say so, yes.
Okay, yes. I agree too.
Great. So then I guess we can, since we got all that as a group, are we able to get our memo together or finalized for Fred and Carrie?
Yes.
I think this is enough information where we can all kind of respectfully go back and
say, here's what we suggest. Great.
We're good?
Yep.
Thank you. And we'll see you next time.
Thank you.
Thanks.